Joining us live now to weigh in on this issue and so much more is candidate for U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania, author and veteran, Kathy Barnette. Kathy, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
So we know that you're from Pennsylvania, but what are your thoughts about what is going on down south? Because as we just heard Dr. Tom Morelli say, it's not like some of these illegal immigrants just stay in that border state. They go throughout the country. What are your thoughts?
And we've seen that here in the state of Pennsylvania. We've had buses bringing those who initially came in at the southern border up here to the state of Pennsylvania. So we see the Biden administration going across the nation, asking different states to take in some of these illegal immigrants as they come in. I remember when I went to the southern border back in 2018, I believe it was. I wanted to see for myself what was really going on at our southern border. I was not running for any office, had no intentions of running for any office, but I love my country. And then I had an opportunity to go and stay with some of the moms who live along the border wall, and I got to see for my own self, that every state is a border state. They just happen to be on the front line. But eventually, this is not just an issue for those who live along the southern border. It's an issue across our entire nation. The path that we're on right now, as Americans, is unsustainable. Whether we're talking about this influx of people who are coming into our nation at the southern border, or whether we're talking about any of the three multi-trillion-dollar stimulus bill, we are on an unsustainable path in this country right now.
Kathy, I think it's interesting that you weren't even running for office, but you wanted to see firsthand. So you went to one of these so-called border states back in 2018, yet the president and the vice president have yet to go to the border and see it firsthand. And the vice president was appointed by the president to serve as czar of this very issue. Does that surprise you at all?
It doesn't surprise me. This is a really hard reality that the American people have to wrap our mind around, is that the border crisis mayhem that is going on right now is rendering the results that the radical left intended for it to do. It's not rocket science to understand what will happen if you begin to send a mixed message across the world about what will happen once you come to our southern border. There are people in this world who are extremely desperate. And there's a reason why over 1 million people come to this nation and become legalized residents every single year. There's a reason why millions more try to sneak in through some kind of porous port of entry in this country. We have a world that is very desperate for what many Americans have been taking for granted for so long. And so it's not rocket science to understand what kind of mayhem and foolishness and chaos would happen. I think the only thing that gives the administration any pause is having to explain to the American people why little boys and girls are being molested, allegedly being molested in those particular centers, or why we as Americans have been asked to shutter our lives, shutter our businesses. Here in the state of Pennsylvania, some children are still not back in school, so
Right.
so their learning has been cut off, and yet we have those who are coming into our country not following any of the so-called COVID protocol, and yet we as Americans have been asked to just basically destroy our lives in many regards. I think those are the only two things that tend to give them some pause, not the overrunning of our border, not the overrunning of our sovereignty as a nation, or the impact it will have on any of us.